I love to use technology to reduce expenses and increase productivity any chance I get. Recently, I helped a client save a ton of money by using something called an Apple TV device. Now, some of you already have these in your offices, but for those of you who don't, let me kind of bring you up to speed. An Apple TV device is about the size of a hockey puck, and it connects with a wire to a large flat screen television, something that you may already have in your office or in your conference room. Once you've made that connection, Apple TV devices allow Macs, iPads, and even the screen on your iPhone to display on your large screen television. It's great for conferences or other discussions where you have a lot of people in the same room. In my client's scenario, he was going to have a face-to-face meeting with someone literally on the other side of the country. Now, I'm sure you've encountered this where you're going to have to reschedule a ton of meetings, book a hotel, book a flight, rent a car, deal with travel expenses and meals, miss out on family activities, and oh yeah, get intimately familiar with a TSA agent. Instead, what we did is we used the Apple TV device with an iPad. We connected with the party out on the other coast, and then at that point had a full conversation via Skype. And that allowed us to use our iPad as the camera, but we could display it on the flat screen television so that everybody in the room didn't have to huddle around one small screen. Everybody could sit back and we could talk, and the client could also see us at the conference room table. Now here's the advantage. We got to have a thorough meeting, a great discussion, basically have a face-to-face discussion with that individual. Then my client packed everything up, went back to his office, continued his workday, and eventually went to sleep in his own bed. How's that for productivity? Another way to use your Apple TV device is anytime you're giving a presentation in a conference room. Now think about it. An Apple TV device would allow your PowerPoint or your keynote presentation to display up on that large flat screen television monitor. Now here's the thing. Most of us right now have to use a big oversized overhead projector. And what does that do? That adds a ton of noise. That adds a ton of power cords that somebody's going to eventually trip over. And it really tends to heat up a crowded conference room. But with an Apple TV device, if you're using your iPad, your Mac, or even, again, your iPhone, that presentation is going to look crystal clear and actually be a lot more clear than most of the average level projectors and screens that you may already have in your office. If you're using your iPad or basically some kind of handheld device to do your presentation, that enables you to kind of walk around the room and kind of get your own pace going instead of actually being tied to that overhead projector. Anytime you can focus on your message instead of your equipment, you're going to have a more effective presentation, and that's a win for you. Now, as of the taping of this video, an Apple TV device is only $99. You can buy them at the Apple Store, or you can buy them online. Yeah, I get it. You may be on a first-name basis with your local TSA agent, but trust me, he'll get over it. Come to think of it, maybe you ought to introduce him to opposing counsel. Thanks as always for watching. If you found this information helpful, please share this video with some of your friends and colleagues. You can come back to our website at jimrayconsultingservices.com, or if you're on Facebook, how about liking the page? You can just search for Jim Ray Consulting Services on Facebook, and that way you'll see all the videos, you'll see my articles, and any new information that I post in the upcoming weeks. Thanks again. I appreciate your time. I know you've got a lot on your plate, so go get them. Take care. Bye-bye.